tonight I have a special guest joining me on the News Hour, the one and only, the musical Adnan Sami. Thank you for joining me, Adnan, and it's a comeback. It's a comeback because you've called it a comeback. Adnan Sami 2.0 is how you describe yourself. Is this because this is your latest release after almost a gap of 7 years?
Yeah, I mean, it's after a very long time that I'm coming in, and I'm calling it 2.0 because it's like a new journey that I'm starting in my musical life, and I wanted to clean the slate, and there's a lot of new things that I'm in the middle of creating, and so it's a new phase in my life, and I'm mighty excited about it, and so that's why I said, you know what, let's just change the entire perspective of things from my point of view.
So Adnan, what are the new things that you are up to? You've changed your look quite a bit. You're fitter and you're looking absolutely rocking. What are the other new things that are going on inside?
Well, the thing is that I've always, I've always been, going up and down the scales as it were in my life. So
telling me about it.
You know that struggle, then you'll understand what I'm talking about. It's so difficult, but it's good from the health perspective, and musically speaking, I was not doing that much of stuff. I was not releasing that much of stuff, but I was preparing a lot of stuff because I was very clear about the direction that I wanted to follow in my next phase, and so I'm feeling very excited, very positive, and very rejuvenated with this new phase of my life.
So what's the new thing that you're doing? Is the holiday in Maldives something that's rejuvenated you? Is the music that you're doing different from the music that you've done before? What is new about Adnan Sami 2.0?
Well, I think first of all, yes, of course, Maldives played a very nice role in just freshening all of us up. We had a great time, and but having said that, musically, I think I'm moving into another phase where I've deliberately. I'm wanting to sort of come up with a contemporary sound. And having said that, I always believe that it's important to have a certain DNA of your own to be present there. And I feel that no matter how westernized we may want to become, we must always put a little bit of a desi tadka in our sound, Mm-hmm. So, so the thing is that for example, the new song that I've released today, Alvida, it's got a contemporary sound, but then it also has our certain desi elements in there with a bit of tabla dholak and some contemporary sounds to go with it, as opposed to just having. I didn't go all out into a Western arrangement, and I didn't go all out into an Indian arrangement. So somewhere I sort of blended the two and made a biryani thermidor.
That's a good one. A fusion like you never heard before.
Yeah.
Give us a sense of that fusion live for our viewers tonight.
Okay, so I'll just hum you a little bit of the song, Hauले hauले हाथों से हाथ तूने छोड़े, हौले हौले ख्वाबों के तार तूने तोड़े, है कसम हमें दिल को टूटने न देंगे, धड़कनों से अपनी तुझको छूटने न देंगे, अलविदा अलविदा अलविदा, न हुई तू हमारी तो क्या, अलविदा अलविदा अलविदा, हम तो तेरे रहेंगे सदा.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow, super. That was great. And this Alvida brings me to the question. You created quite a few ripples on social media when you removed your profile and wrote Alvida, and people thought, "Pata nahi, Hindustan छोड़ के वापस पाकिस्तान जा रहा है, क्या कर रहा है?" What was that?
You know, the intention actually was that, because like I said to you that, I'm starting a new chapter in my life and so on and so forth. So I felt that let me get a hold of all my past, posts and let me archive them and clean the slate for the new 2.0 thing to start and commence. And my first post in that was obviously the title of the song. So I wrote Alvida and put it there and left it. And I didn't personally make a big deal out of it, thinking that, I didn't make any statement, right? I just wrote Alvida and I just left it there. The way people just came in and suddenly started to make a mountain out of a molehill and suddenly started to think, I suddenly started seeing comments that, no, don't do anything drastic, and think about your daughter, Medina, you should be strong. And I'm like, dude, where are you going with this? So suddenly it just suddenly spread like wildfire, and people started to speculate. And I'm like, I didn't even know this until my mother called me. And she said, Kya hua? I said, why? What happened? She said, I'm getting calls. People are saying, is that everything okay? I said, everything is fine, Ma. Everything is good. So she said, no, you've written something on social media. I said, yeah, I just wrote Alvida, What's the big deal? So she said, no, people are thinking that, that you're going to take some, drastic step, and you're upset, you're depressed and all that. At least you should have told me.
Well, if there's one thing that you don't look is depressed,
certainly not.
I thought there was another take to that. I thought Hindustan ने आपको इतना मायूस कर दिया है कि अब आप you are packing your bags and going back to Pakistan. लोग तो ये सुनना चाह रहे थे कि अब आपको सिटीजनशिप मिल गई है, पद्मश्री मिल गई है, तो अब आप मायूस हो चुके हैं और अब आप जा रहे हैं.
बल्कि उल्टा, उससे मायूसी भी इंसान को खुशी होती है, दिल भर जाता है, दिल इतना भर जाता है कि इंसान, मेरे जैसा इंसान जो है वो और भी ज्यादा इंस्पायर हो जाता है कि और कुछ करे ताकि और प्यार मिले. तो इट्स क्वाइट टू द कॉन्ट्री, एंड दिस इज my only way of thanking people for the love that they give me is through the medium that I know best, and that is music. And that is what I'm doing now. So the point is that जब लोग मुझे इतना प्यार देते हैं, तो मैं उसका प्यार जो है वो उसके बदले में जो मैं देता हूँ, वो फिर वही चीज होती है जिसकी वजह से मुझे प्यार मिलता है, which is music. So हिंदुस्तान छोड़ने का तो सवाल ही नहीं पैदा होता,
पर बहुत से लोग कह रहे हैं, there are people like just a day or two ago, Ratna Pathak Shah came out and said that this country has become more conservative, more superstitious, and it's taking us back several centuries. Do you also believe यहाँ पर superstition and inward looking ज़्यादा हो गए हैं?
Well, I mean, if people think, वो कहते हैं ना चिराग तले अंधेरा, if people think that we are going back in time, then they should also realize that back in time we were far more liberal than before. So, I mean, the fact of the matter is the Kama Sutra is from the past. It's not from today. So if you're going to say that you're going back into the past, that means we're becoming super liberated, and I think you should be very happy about that. So you shouldn't be complaining. Whereas today, people are more judgmental towards everything. So I think that's just a bunch of nonsense. I mean, today the world looks towards us for cultural enlightenment and for spiritual enlightenment. And so therefore, I don't understand where that logic comes in. It might not suit your agenda, but then good luck to you with that. And, whatever. But I don't agree with that one bit.
And what about the little powwow you got into just a couple of months ago with an other, I think, leader from the Aam Aadmi Party over Punjab? You've had a few run-ins.
Oh yeah, yeah. You see, the point was that it was some time ago, but what I recall from that is that when you are holding a position of responsibility, you cannot afford to make frivolous faux pas of this nature. I mean, you have when you have the best of people around you, surrounding you with all kinds of advisors and all kinds of access to information, you turning around and saying that Harvard, first of all, calling it Hayward, and then turning around and saying that it's in some city that it doesn't actually belong in. I mean, and then you're talking about education. On the other hand, you need to at least get some basic facts right before you speak, because you hold a position of great responsibility where people look up to you, and you can't afford to make such mistakes. Any other person can do it, but it's inexcusable for anybody else to do it. So I think that's very important.
Adnan Sami, you are charged that you are a Modi Bhakt, which is why you were taking on the Aam Aadmi Party. You've been charged, and now how do you respond to the charges against you?
First of all, I don't think there's anything wrong with supporting anyone. I don't blindly support anybody. The person whomsoever I may support has to somewhere connect with me, and I need to be able to agree with the stand that person takes. I mean, the fact of the matter is that today I'm a very international person. I've lived abroad all my life. And the point is that I understand the importance of what a country's position should be in the international arena. And believe me, today the way our country stands in world politics, the importance that it is given, and the seriousness with which it is taken is something to feel very proud about. Because in today's times, India is considered a very important force, and he's got a very important role to play in that, and that cannot be denied. And he's been very, very, and he's done it with the world through love and through his hugs. So the point is that that is something.
You're not even being contrite. You're actually happily saying guilty as charged.
Absolutely. I'm never apologetic about anything that I do. I think that whatever he's been doing, he's faced with a tremendous amount of challenges. Just the pandemic alone is huge. I'd like to see other people better that. It's very easy to sit and judge from the outside, but when you're faced in the arena where you're faced with such a huge calamity, to which nobody has got any experience in the past, and to come out of that with more than a billion people, it's not a joke.
Absolutely.
And that's admirable. And so nobody should ever, think that that's a task that can be ignored. So
absolutely, and the vaccination drive in itself. But Adnan, there was a very cute social media post with your daughter actually unveiling Alvida. Where's that little bundle? And is she your inspiration, to bring out Adnan Sami 2.0?
Absolutely. I think you're absolutely right. She is she is my all. I mean, so she has definitely been a huge inspiration and driving force. And she got me wrapped around her little finger. I mean, I am, I've made it very clear to Roya, my wife, that, don't expect discipline from me. It's not going to happen. So whenever, if she asks me for something, I'm going to give it to her. So, I mean, if at all she says she doesn't listen to me, I will turn around and say, Roya, please come in, so
handle this.
It's not the other way around.
Well,
yeah.
Very much like a father, yes.
And I've become her bootlegger as well.
Fathers are always in a popularity contest, and the disciplining is left to the mothers. It's a familiar story around the world, in every household. But amazing, great fun talking to you, Adnan Sami, and wishing you all the very best with this new, and looking forward to your next track. And when is that going to be?
It's going to be soon. Thank you. Soon. Now, you see, now we're going to be working at a much faster pace. So you're going to be hearing a lot from me. So hopefully, I hope I don't bore you too much, and I hope you don't get too saturated and say, "Oh my God, he's come up with another song. I can't deal with this anymore."
well, keep us, busy and engaged with melodious numbers, and I'm sure people in this country are waiting for more and more from you, because we need a little melody in our lives. With all the challenges that we face every day,
Indeed.
A smile and a melody can solve many problems. Thank you very much, Adnan Sami.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me on the News Hour.
It was my pleasure. All the best.